Journal entry number 45. I'm just kidding. It is day 3. It is a wonderful Sunday. I won't tell you what day it is on Sunday, but it is a Sunday. And I am once again driving to work, so I gotta find myself a topic to talk about. Or if I don't, I could just ramble on about whatever's in my head. Because in the end, most of this is just speaking out loud, which there's nothing wrong with either. So, speaking of what's on my mind, actually, that's kind of not really a double entendre, but a kind of a pun in a way, because I just watched a video about what are they called? A psychologist, a psychiatrist, a therapist. I don't exactly remember which one it is because I can never remember the difference between all of them. But a psychoanalyst, basically, watches through Inside Out with, I guess whoever's the host of the show. And, okay, let me just take a good, nice turn here. Make sure that I don't get run over. But, yeah. Man, I haven't seen that movie in a while. I've been meaning to... I've ranked all the Pixar movies before. And there's a clear hierarchy to all of them. Like, everybody knows that, like, certain films belong on certain tiers, and certain films belong on, like, the upper echelons, just no matter what. There's plenty of other YouTubers that have already talked about the several Pixar movies, because it's Pixar. Like, they can have a terrible movie here and there, and sure, their sequel movies have been on a slightly downturn, but no matter what, they're still great in storytelling, and that's really all that matters. They're like an indie movie producing company. I don't know what I was about to say. They're like an indie movie producer who somehow just got $1 billion, and now they have $1 billion to share that magic. I don't know, Disney got really lucky with that, because if it wasn't for Pixar, they really wouldn't have their 3D movies. I'm just gonna go out and say it. Frozen and Tangled would not exist, or even Moana. Actually, no, I take that back. Moana had a few influences, so that's more 50-50. But, especially Tangled and Frozen, they would not have existed without Pixar. Everybody knows that ever since Disney bought Pixar and they started doing really well, that Disney, I wouldn't say siphoned off their animators, but they still took a very heavy influence from Pixar. It's really annoying because nowadays the two companies are starting to become more and more alike, since a lot of their content seems to have a lot of overlap. I mean, Wreck-It Ralph 2, as much as I hate to bring it, it did involve Meredith, and she's somehow a Disney princess. Like, the whole idea of Disney princesses is really, really, I don't want to say dumb, but it just seems a little, I don't know. It just, there's something that just doesn't sit right with me, especially since, like, the first Disney princess, sure, it's Snow White, she's doing great or whatever. It's a little weird that I'm pretty sure she's 14, but, times were weird. And, look, the movie was made in, like, the 1940s. And sure, it got a big Oscar and 7 little Oscars as a little funny nod/joke to the actual movie. But, I don't know. The whole story, most fairy tale stories are really outdated. I'm just gonna say that right now, and that's for a reason. Like, think about it. Snow White is about a 14-year-old girl who somehow both parents just don't exist. Well, I don't know. I haven't actually seen the original film, but I have read everyone's read the fairy tale before. And I'm pretty sure in the Grimm's version, the father is actually working for the queen, and the father's a hunter. And even though he doesn't want to kill his daughter, he's kind of forced to by, his employer, the evil queen. Which, I'm just gonna say, evil queen, really. Like, I get it. There's a whole thing about, like, embracing your evil side, and hey, I don't know. You gotta let your dark side flow through you and all that nonsense. But, like, man, if that is one way to really make yourself look bad in a movie, hey, I'm just gonna immediately play the villain, and not even a good villain. I'm just mad that this girl over here's got a better looking face than I do. Like, seriously, man, that's some next level pettiness right there. I just don't understand. But yeah, going back to the oh my gosh, why did I have to go to red? And by red I mean red light. In terms of the Disney princesses, I'm not really fond of them. Like, obviously some of the more recent ones are fun, except we haven't had a Disney princess in a heck of a long time. Did you guys know that Elsa and Anna are not Disney princesses? Technically, Elsa's a queen, yeah, there's that whole shebang, but more importantly, Moana's not a princess. Technically, she is a princess of a certain kind. She has royalty, and she has saved all the world / Polynesia, so there's that. But just seriously, I don't know why they still have the list of Disney princesses. I'm pretty sure even Disney knows that it's outdated, so they've stopped using that mantra, or I guess just a group in general. Oh wait, did I just forget I did forget my name tag. Wow, that's awkward. That's fine. I mean, I don't really need my name tag for working anyway. Nobody ever sees my name tag. But, yeah, back to the topic of Disney princesses. There's there's the Golden Age princesses, from all the old fairy tales. So there's, let's see, obviously there's Cinderella, there's Snow White, there's, it's really hard for me to remember any of them, when a lot of them are really unmemorable. Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, there we go. I don't know if they're the original three, but they are three of the oldest. And then, in the Renaissance era, you have Stockholm Syndrome girl, also known as Belle. Look, nothing against Beauty and the Beast. It's obviously the best Renaissance film and all that, but dang, man, there's something wrong with that girl. That's all I'm saying. Like, sure, there was a lot of things wrong with France, and that could have contributed, but dang, man, Stockholm Syndrome hit him real hard with that, isn't it? Seriously, she got hitched to someone that has, like, the mental fortitude of an 8-year-old. Like, come on, man. Like, seriously, he's been 8 years old for the last 10 years, and all of a sudden, that's what you're into? I'm not saying I don't buy it, but I just find that a little creepy. Also, the fact that he somehow has perfect abs when he turns from beast to human. No. Never gonna believe that. Never. But yeah, some of the more recent Disney movies haven't had their main girl leads included, which I find it really odd. Like, the whole thing about the Renaissance girls was that, hey, these princesses, they represent royalty, but they also represent, the actions that they're able to, how do I say it? Another red light. No, that's great. They represent, the actions that they're able to take. Because they're, active characters, not stale. I'm trying to bring back, like, terms from cinematography, or just film theory. Ooh, the film theorist. No, just film classes in general, and I can't exactly remember the terms because I'm a little tired. Like I said, my brain is always going haywire. But yeah, the recent. The Renaissance princesses, they were seen as the new generation. They were seen as, not necessarily powerful as in, like, strength, but they were powerful in their impact and what they're able to do. Even if it's just one person, they're able to change the course of history. I mean, Mulan, seriously, Mulan is, like, top three favorite Renaissance movies for me. I'm sorry. Like, sure, Beauty and the Beast is top class, but it's not, like, in terms of a movie standpoint, yes, it is, like, top 3 best, but I wouldn't say it's my top 3 favorites. They're two vastly different things. And, oh my gosh, Mulan. Like, everything that she does is so stupid, and the fact that, like, it works out somehow is even more bonkers. But her and the boys climbing up the palace to try to save the emperor, dude, that was such a bomb scene, man. I'm just saying. And the fact that like she's able to, like, sure, she doesn't want to show that she's a female because, hey, the patriarchy exists, but, you know, the fact that she's still just as capable as any other guy in combat, like, it's really impressive. It's really cool. Please don't. Yeah, okay, very cool. And that's why they included her in the Disney princesses list, despite not being a princess. And yet, like, when they came to the 3D era, and by 3D era I mean, like, I don't mean Chicken Little, I mean, like, Tangled and onwards, which I'm really surprised they really haven't done the whole Rapunzel thing until Tangled. I'm really surprised they didn't touch on that idea for all this time. But yeah, Tangled, I wouldn't say not fantastic, but it's still a really good movie. And, you know, I really enjoyed it when I watched it. It was a few things didn't make sense. It feels like a little something was missing, a little magic, which is funny because the girl literally has magic hair, but that's besides the point. But still, she wasn't included, which I don't understand. And then when Frozen came out, oh no, but even before that, when Wreck-It Ralph came out, I'm surprised Vanellope didn't get included as a Disney princess. And because of that, the entirety of Wreck-It Ralph 2 was about, hey, I want to be a Disney princess. And all the marketing was just that. Oh, were you captured and enslaved? What is wrong with you guys? I don't get why they had to keep advertising Wreck-It Ralph 2 to be like that. Like, you have your own story. You don't have to base everything on what was in the past. Like, seriously, what's the point in including all the Disney princesses except for, like, one Avengers style shot? You know what I'm talking about, where they just all show their powers, which, granted, now I really want a Disney princess Avengers movie, but I mean, everyone does, let's be honest. But oh my gosh, it's just frustrating, man. Frozen came out and it almost, I don't know if it did beat or if it almost beat Lion King as the highest animated movie, grossing movie of all time, but it was up there, and it was really impressive. I will say that. Like, sure, the movie is terrible. I don't care what people say. The movie is just terrible. But the songs, the fact that they were able to write it in just one afternoon, good God, how good of a musician you have to be to write all that. And sure, they used, like, almost all the same rhymes and the same words, and that made them really lazy and whatnot, but I don't care. The movies are still mostly bops. Like, the only one that's truly terrible is Fixer Upper, and we all know why we all know why that song is terrible, because rock trolls. And I'm surprised Anna and Elsa didn't become Disney princesses. Maybe that's because they wanted to do their own thing, which I still understand. You know, everyone has their own wants and opinions and all that, especially the higher ups at Disney. That's a car. Crap. Okay, I'm just gonna have to park here. Wow, there really are no cars. Oh my gosh, it's such a terrible parking spot. You know what? I'm trying to park, but the truck right next to me, like, they parked way too close to the line, so now I'm gonna have to make sure that I didn't screw up, because this would be really embarrassing if I did. Okay, come on. Don't you dare come in. Alright, we're good. But, I don't know, like, Moana came out. Oh, come on! That's a much better spot. A car's backing up. You know, Moana came out, and I don't think Moana's, like, I see Moana the same way as I do Frozen, except, like, even less happens. Sure, Tamatoa was great, and that's about it, actually. And, like, the songs were amazing. The songs were actually, I would say the songs were better than they were in, wow, cough. Than they were in Frozen. But it's just so disappointing that, I don't know, it just feels like nothing happens in that movie. And they still didn't make Moana a Disney princess, which I don't understand. Like, you want representation and whatnot, but you don't even include her in the Disney princesses list? Look, I could go on about the whole Disney fiasco. I've already talked about how I really like the DuckTales remake, and I'm really just genuinely confused about why Disney is able to make really good remakes and really terrible remakes. But I do have other places I do need to go to, so I'll probably be back in like 5 seconds to continue on talking about that, if I can remind myself to talk about that. So yeah, see you guys in like, actually this is 14 minutes. I'll figure something out. If the video ends, so what? If the video doesn't end, I'll figure something out. See you guys sometime.